I have looked upon all the universe has to hold of horror, and even the skies of spring and flowers of summer must ever afterward be poison to me. H.P. Lovecraft, The Call of Cthulhu.
Hey there, Nomads of Lore. I'm Sean.
And I'm Jonathan.
Together, we are Mead and Mischief, your home away from no home. In this video, we are going to be reacting to a Marvel show that we didn't think we were going to be doing any content on. That's Marvel's What If show. We both watched the first couple episodes and kind of thought, yeah, we'll probably watch the rest out of curiosity, but we didn't love them a lot and whatever else. Then we watched episode 4. I watched it because, like I say, we were both, so we kind of were watching independently. I watched episode 4 and said, "Dadgum."
And
wow.
rightly so.
and I told Jonathan, okay, so we said we were gonna maybe come back at the very end and say, oh yeah, there were some good episodes. I told him, well, yeah, you got to watch this one. And so he did, and he watched it, and so we're gonna discuss our thoughts on this episode 4. It's the Doctor Strange episode. I don't know what the episode title is. I don't remember. But episode 4, What If, Marvel.
What if he lost his heart instead of his hands?
I think that may be. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart
instead of his hands?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And so we're definitely gonna have spoilers. We may use Jonathan's spoiler clip, whatever else, but
so if I look a little like mind blown, it's because I just got finished watching it.
Yeah, like just a few minutes ago. Yeah. And so definitely spoiler warning for this whole episode. Strongly recommend watching this episode first. Kind of content warning. This episode was very dark. And this is I don't intend to let my kids watch it anytime real soon. It's pretty dark and probably kind of scary for kids. Yeah. Look at what you can listen to what we talk about. Watch it yourself first. All that stuff, all the things. But let's get started.
That's right.
So, what do you think?
It was awesome. That was intense. That's exactly what, like, that whole thing is exactly what I thought should be the what if question. Not I don't know. Based off of the first one and the little bit of the second one that I watched, the number 4, if y'all watch one of the What If series, I mean, of course, there may be some other good ones we haven't seen, 5, 6, 7, and 8, or however many they're going to do. But
tomorrow will be another.
Man, the question of him losing his heart, and then he ends up losing his heart anyway, even when he tries to fix it. It's golly, it's
a roller coaster of a thing too.
Yeah.
Watching it, when I first watched it, I was like, okay, Doctor Strange, that sounds interesting, right? All right, sure, maybe I'll give another one a shot. Like we said, we both watched the first 2 episodes and we're kind of like, meh, okay, whatever. This show is whatever. And and then I saw something with Nick Fury and I didn't even watch the 3rd episode. I was like, okay, I'll probably go back and watch it at this point and see curiosity if nothing else. But then I saw, the most recent episode is this. I'll check it out, whatever, maybe. And I watch it and it's like, okay, this could be interesting. Deal with some psychological things at first. Like, okay. And then there was the recurring, she keeps dying or whatever.
That was so tough to watch.
It was. It's just
impactful. Because they did the same exact scene with the same car and same placement of everything. And then it happened again and again. And then he's like, okay, I got to start changing things up. And it didn't matter what he did. And then I noticed the one scene where they talk about it on the news. He's sitting in the bar because he didn't even show up to pick her up. And they're talking about the explosion that happened at the building, which means it damaged even more people.
Yeah.
It killed even more people in that one. And he just keeps trying and can't figure it out and then decides he's going to go off the deep end.
Well, I thought... Well, yeah, but and then that, watching that montage, I thought, okay, this is going to be he's going to learn from this and he's going to grow from this.
Yeah.
He can't. He's going to learn that he can't save her.
Can't save her.
That was the thought process I was going through then. And then then the Sorcerer Supreme, or the what's her face shows up. Sorcerer Supreme, previous whatever.
Yeah.
She shows up, and then it switched, and he goes back to the Library of Calculus. Where I was like, oh crap, this is. So at that point, I was like, oh okay, this was good. Now they've ruined it because he was gonna learn from his mistakes. And now he's going to get the power and bring her back and whatever, happily ever after. And then he starts absorbing the essentially Lovecraftian monster, whatever.
I honestly I did not see the ending coming as far as her actually coming back. I thought him doing it was just going to break everything.
Yes.
There was going to be none.
Sure.
But the fact that she was able to come back, look at him in the face and be like, where am I? What is going on? Scared, terrified of him and what he's become. And
then even before that, another roller coaster bit was the whole splitting thing, that reveal, right? And it's like, okay, well, this is going to turn into classic. At this point, it's like, okay,
the good is going to win.
Yes,
that's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah,
he's the good strange is gonna. It's like okay, because I kept going. My feelings were like, okay, this might be interesting. Okay, this might really be interesting. Oh, they ruined it. Oh, this, and then he's absorbing the thing. It's going to break it. We're still going to get he's learning, he's going to destroy everything, caution it, whatever. And then we get the good, and it's like, oh crap, okay, we're just going to go back to the good guy wins, and yay, hoopla, whatever. Which they continued to keep that fight back and forth, and what more so than any Marvel film ever, of except maybe Infinity War, I guess maybe, but of who's going to win at that point, because at this point we're like back and forth, who knows what's going to happen. And then that ending, and and then the fake out ending, and then the ending in the crystal, whatever's going on there, this pocket dimension, whatever it is.
Yep.
And this just ending on him saying, I am so sorry.
I shouldn't have done it.
Dadgum. That was probably the most impactful moment in Marvel cinematic TV hits, in my opinion. I mean, that's...
Yeah. No, it's funny you say Infinity War, because that's exactly what it brought back to me, was the impact of the good guys not always winning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... There's truth to that in real life. It doesn't always happen happily. You lose family members. I'm sure many or all of you have.
Right.
And when you realize that life doesn't always give you doesn't always give you lemonade, and you got to make lemonade with your lemons or whatever.
Right.
It's very realistic. It's heart-wrenching and like a gut punch. It was good to watch, but it's dark. It's good.
Pretty intense.
Very
really,
intense.
Really intense.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
just
like,
it didn't leave you any of the places, any of the other Marvel things. I mean, it was, I thought, when we've been talking about and this may or may not be the last episode of Mead and Mischief TV show that we do on whatever. Who knows? I don't know at this point, but. And we didn't really plan to cover What If, because we weren't really being very excited about it. But this, when we were, Jonathan and I behind the scenes talk about, well, what should What If be? And, and as I was thinking about, well, what should this really have been? I was thinking, What If, my thoughts were, this should be basically a little bit more family friendly Black Mirror, where we're playing with ideas and fantasy sci-fi things and things that may,
decisions that were important
and impactful and mattered, and things that how different things affect, whether it's magical reasoning or technological reasoning, that kind of thing. Or, so it should have been episodes like that, or episodes that were just zany off the wall. What if this is a barrel of fun and we're gonna whatever, So it should have, it should have been those two things. This, in my opinion, is the Black Mirror route.
Yep.
And this was super that. Yep. It was the all these implications of death being a part of life, and that's, we're not getting into the religious implications of that and what it should have been, and that's not the point of what we're saying. But those things, and dealing with grief and proper grief management, and dealing with things, and like what Jonathan said, these things happening, and it being, and the bad guy winning. I mean, that was, it just, it really delivered on what the What If show could be. And I told Jonathan that after watching it the first time, we weren't even watching it. This was not a reacting together thing or whatever. This was that I was just watching it, and he was probably about done with whatever, and so I'd watch it once without him, and I still believe this. I told Jonathan this is one of the best things Marvel has done in a long while. It's really, really good, really well produced, really well thought out, well written, all of the things. Absolutely.
I completely agree. It was great. And I said, if you watch one, definitely watch this. But we need to put, this is a spoiler warning for earlier in the video. Spoiler
absolutely.
Alert.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched number 4, don't watch this video.
Right.
Sean in the future.
Yeah.
Put this at the beginning.
And so we didn't mention, we're not breaking this down, where this is just pure gut reaction and whatever else. We haven't said a whole lot substantive about, other than we like this. This is what If should be, and we stand by that, both of us, I think. But it is worth mentioning that, and this might, if they continue any underlying threads or whatever, this might intrigue us to talk more about What If in the future, especially if the rest of the show really, really does have implications for the future of the Marvel Universe. It's looking more and more likely, especially with this episode, that it will, at least some of it will have bearing on the rest of the Marvel Universe. But this episode also had the first bit of what appears to be continuity for this show. This show doesn't have a through line, and it's an anthology series, but the tentacle monster, that really Lovecraftian tentacle thing coming out of there, really appears to be the same creature that was in the very first episode, that Captain Carter goes and slices tentacles off and whatever else and does all that with. And so there may be some underlying through line things happening in the Marvel Universe. It seems like more and more things are connected, and so
be really cool. Yeah, definitely. If they tie more of this together, I'm more interested definitely to go back. I haven't watched number 3, so who knows, and definitely will watch the rest of them just to see. We'll let y'all know if any of the other ones are good.
Sure. Yeah.
Tell us how wrong we are. What's the first? How good is number 1 and number 2? Yep. I know number 2 is Chadwick Boseman's last hoorah. So there is that.
Yeah. If you really are interested in our thoughts on the first couple of episodes, let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll make that video at some point. Who knows?
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the
later.
flip side.
Bye.
Bye.